Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Sunday. Apologies for the bed head. It's getting worse and worse as the day gets, or the hair gets longer. So good morning. Good morning, Greg. I was recently told by someone on Instagram that they had built the Ornithopter and the Microfighter Ornithopter, and that it doesn't hold it together very well. Let's see if I can find it. So, I do not know this person. They just are a contact or a follower, or I've followed them on Instagram. And they wanted instructions for this originally. And so I made some, and so they sent me some pictures of them having built it, and there's a really serious design flaw in that it doesn't hold together. Like there's an area in here that there's no way for it to connect, and it falls backwards, right? So that's what we're gonna fix today. So I've got the model pulled up, and this is a good indication of real world physics not meeting the actual design. I do think that maybe they have a piece that's not in here, because I think it does actually fit. There's a plate under here, I think, that's not working right or something, but we'll figure it out. It looked like it was working for me, so I don't know how to go about fixing this, but we'll figure it out. So that's what we're doing today. And then good morning, Vab. And then after that, if we get done real quickly, I'll adjust the instructions. Maybe I'll go through the instructions, and then if we've got time, maybe I'll pop open a set and we'll do some building to wrap everything out. Yes, ma'am?
I can go ahead and wash your slippers because I have to wash some clothes.
Why? Somebody peed on them?
Yep.
But look at her. She's so cute behind you.
Yeah, but she's on my list because I was just getting ready to go to yoga.
And maybe this is why not excusing it, but this is why we probably should keep our clothes off the floor and put them away.
I know, but she still shouldn't pee on them.
I know. And she had plenty of pee pads out, so I don't know why she keeps doing that. Oh, hello there. Hello there. Sorry about that. Yeah. Our little dog is just a potty fiend. She doesn't understand what it means to go outside to potty. She just potties kind of wherever. We've tried putting pee pads up, but she pees on rugs. She pees on our clothes. She does go outside when we take her, but she doesn't signal. She doesn't come up and say, like, we'll look at you and wag her tail and whine and stuff. The big one does. She just walks up and goes, and I'm like, time to go outside. So anyway, yes, the pupper is on Beth's shit list this morning. That is absolutely true. So the first thing I noticed is that I took this off. I don't know if I took this thing off. We're gonna redo this whole back piece. So that's gonna go away. Actually, I think I'll keep it and see if I can reuse the pieces, but we'll pull it back a little bit. The second thing is, yep, week and a half till the big one. I'm excited. So what I'm going to do is, this is all attached up here. I'm going to select all this and see if it just pulls away and see what happens. So there's a plate under here, and that's holding this plate here. But then it does look like there's nothing holding that plate there. So yeah, nothing. This will stay in place, but then nothing is holding that in place. So that's the issue. Okay. Well, that explains that. So under here, for some reason, I've got a single piece. Okay. I think I'm going to get the Kingfisher. I really like it. It's also coming, I think it's coming out the 3rd, but I think VIP, you can get it the 1st, which is kind of goofy. But But yeah, I want to get that one. I think it looks nice. It making a good addition to all the birds here. Like I've got a whole nature thing going on. We've got all space and then all nature. So I'll make some room down here. We got some plants. I can move the Galileo up here. Voltron will probably go somewhere pop culture-y on my shelves somewhere. But I like having him because he's a big sort of bracket to that Saturn V. So maybe we'll change it up. A bald eagle. That'd be cool. Have you seen anything on ideas about it? All right, so let's see. So this needs to attach. That needs to be attached. I wonder if I can move it. I could make it a little taller. See, I like the size of it. I don't want to muck with it too much. But what I might do is trade out these bricks. Let's get rid of these. I may trade out these bricks for some brackets so we can add some plates in here. And then instead of just this seat piece, which I like because it allows you to get the microfighter in and out really quickly. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the London phone booth. It's fine. I might get it if it ever goes on sale. I know a lot of people are like, why is there all this extra stuff? Why is there all this extra stuff? Like the bugs. Why is there all this extra stuff? I just wanted the bugs. I didn't want all the log and everything and the mushrooms and everything. For the amount of pieces that we got for this, we could have had 2 more bugs, right? Like the original model was supposed to have a ladybug and a bumblebee. And instead, we got 3 big bugs and we got little bitty bumblebees and some tiles that are ladybugs. So I think in that case, it didn't serve the model very well. It looks good because they're on something. But I think for the police or for the phone booth, it adds a little bit to it. Like, I think it adds a nice aesthetic to it. It looks very London. Like, already the red phone booth is a London thing. But, I mean, I like the lamppost. I don't know why they have the little pillars up so you can make it a phone holder. It's like, but that light post is in the way. It effectively makes it so I can't do anything with my phone. I have to weirdly grab the phone from the back to get it out. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so I'm going to remove these. And I'm going to remove these. These go in front like that. And I'm going to remove these guys. Now, the person who's watched the video and put it together based off the video, I hope they're watching again, or they will rewatch, so they can get the right pieces for this. And I think what we'll do is we'll get a bracket, and we'll do an up bracket here. Now this will push. I don't like the non-flushness of brackets. Brackets are good for certain things, but I don't like the way it pushes things out away from it versus the snot bricks. But you'll see what I mean here in a second, why it's probably needed. In fact, let's go ahead and get rid of the seat. I think we'll need to get rid of the seat. So we're also going to make this a little more stable in that we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to move this forward 1 stud. And this will do 2 things. It's going to open up this back area, and I'll show you why we need that here in a second. Although, bye.
I'm sorry I interrupted earlier to
Complain
talk
about our
the
dog.
woes of our dog.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too. I'll see you in an hour. Or hour and a half. Yeah. Yes, I also wish that the phone booth was blue and had a police sticker on it. And countless doctors would come out. I would love minifigs of all the doctors. I think you can probably get most of them on like Minifigs Me. I'm sure they would have it. Yeah, I need a 2x5. So what I could do... Device wants access to my messages. No, it doesn't. Yeah, but I want to turn that off. I don't know why I just lost music. Oh, because it was playing... Nope. This computer. Nope. I'm going to get dinged for that. I was in the middle of a really good song. Okay. So my Bluetooth was on. Beth starts her car. It connects to my Bluetooth. And the last thing I have on my phone playing was The Music Man, because I'm going over the 2 songs I don't want to sing for Beth's birthday party. We're doing a musical birthday party for her. We're going to do karaoke and everybody dress as a character from a musical. So that's her birthday. Hi, Brett. How you doing? Thanks for being here. So yeah, I could put 2 1x5s in there, but I would also need... Well, this is a solid piece in here. That holds them together. So maybe 2 1x5s. Let's try that. Yeah. In dark gray. Do they come in dark gray yet? They do. So I want them in here. Why is this not... Oh, you know why? Can't do it. There is this piece right here that I really like that is attached to the tube underneath. So, and I want to keep that. So it has to be a 2x something. So let's just move it up, and we'll worry about this later because I'm going to redo this whole back end anyway. So now we've got this farther out, and we've got, let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to do this guy here, and then I want to do the other brackets. Brett, what are you working on lately? What's your current project? Are you getting anything ready for any upcoming events or meetings? Make sure these all come in gray. Perfect. So now we can reattach everything. Right? Good. Waiting for the big boy. All right. It also means that in here, we've got to put a plate. So I'm going to get a 2x3. And this kind of goes against what I want done with the seat. Like I usually want that seat piece in here to keep. It's just easier for minifig to get in and out. If you've got it to where it's only got the studs on the butt part of the legs, but this is fine. And then, so we put this piece in here, and then we'll hide this so I can see what's going on in here. Hide that, hide that, hide that. I will make this a different color, though. I don't know. I don't know what the inside of an ornithopter really looks like because I haven't seen the movie in forever. Did I not keep... Okay, there we go. It's hard to tell from here, like, what the insides were. Working on the castle layout as usual and moving my room out for more space. You're on in the background. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Your own castle, or are you doing something with the big castle? Did you have anything going on with because you're in Dallas, right? With Ryan and the castle group that for Brick Rodeo doing anything? I don't know if that's what you were working on or not, or if it's just your own castle. Mock castles, buddy. Oh, you're in the UK. That's right. Who am I thinking of? There's a Brett that works, or that's in, I've met him at Brick Rodeo. And I forget his username. I thought it was Brett's Builds, but maybe it's not. I get you confused. I'm sorry. Yes, Brett's Builds. Now I remember. I will make a note, mental note. Well, I appreciate you being here at prime evening time on a Sunday. Tea time? Is it tea time-ish there? Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I colored it brown, it would distinguish itself from the rest of the build. So you know that it sat there. I don't really see the brown. Yeah, except the problem is you see the brown down there. So black, does that make it look weird? Just gray. I'll just leave it gray. That's fine. I don't get too crazy with it. All right, so that's done. So that should be more stable now. And get rid of that. So now we have a piece going in here. And this is being held together by another long piece here. And then these two pieces are being held together here. So that should be more stable. Yeah, that should work a lot better. Now, this side is admittedly on one dot, but it's pretty small. I think it'd be all right. Or one stud. I think that'll be all right. And this is all held together. Oh, I need a plate in here. That's right. This one, we just need a 2x2 plate. Yeah, now I need to remember who that guy is up in Dallas. Because he's been to... I've met him at cons and stuff. I know his name's Brett. Black. What does black look like around here? I kind of like that. Gives it a little bit unique. I kind of want to color some of these like these toe ball pieces. I don't know if they're cheaper black or gray. They don't come in black. Well, that explains that. Fair enough. And I just ordered, or I just have a bunch on my list for Horizon Zero Dawn stuff. Now I have to order all these pieces because I want it here for when the set actually gets here. So I got to make this work today. All right, so the back half, it doesn't hold up, obviously. If you set it up like this, it's going to fall over backwards. And I think we agreed on that the last time. The back end of this thing opens up. So it's a ramp that kind of goes up into the back end of the ship. It's kind of a little drop ship thing. It's hard to tell from here. That's a pretty good angle. You can see that. And there's these lower legs and stuff in the back. So I think what I was trying to do initially was just have these things up in the back and just be like, yeah, that's it. You're done. But you can kind of see how the whole thing lowers. So what I might do, is, let's see, I'm going to remove this real quick just to see something. Let's put a rat lock hinge plate. The problem with all these hinge plates is they are, no, so cute, is they've got these lips. What I need is those old finger hinges. These things work. It would go great right there, but the hinge thing comes up and you can't, on both sides, like this part comes up, right? You could do two like that, but I don't think it's wide. I don't think it necessitates a two. So, and this thing attaches here, so I've got a very limited range. So we could do this one. I don't know which one's newer. One of these has like 8 teeth, and one of them has 9 or something, like 7 and 8. Good morning, Missy. How are you? Missy and I were at our which one's newer? This one? At our lug meeting yesterday. Well, also which one comes in gray? That one. Our lug meeting yesterday had the most people of any of our lug meetings ever. It was ridiculous. I think I'm gonna just get rid of this. I don't need it. I'm gonna have to rebuild this whole thing. It was really great. It was good seeing new people. It was good seeing the long timers there, and a lot of great builds. This one kid, who is admittedly, he's got a good dad who's encouraging him to do all this stuff. Built their house minifig scale, and they've got basically like a suburban house, 2-story suburban house, right? The kind that you see that has like the really tall front door. It's got a like a door and then a window on top of that door, because that window sees to the second floor, and there's like the stairs there, and it's got the big light, right? 2-car garage upstairs. Good house for 2 kids, right? And he built it minifig scale, and he said it started because he was looking at like tiles in his kitchen or one of the rooms, and he was like, they look exactly like this Lego piece. And then he goes, and then it spiraled out of control into this model that was easily 64 studs on each side. I mean, it was huge. And it like, you could take the roof off, you could take the second layer off. He said you could take the first floor layer off, but I'm like, it's Austin. We don't have basements. There's nothing underneath there. But yeah, like fully furnished. There were minifigs in it, all like nooks and crannies and stuff. It was ridiculously good. Like he walks in with it and everyone's like, I give up, you know? So that was really cool. That was good seeing. And then there was this little girl, shows up with her parents, and generally, our group is I mean, most lugs are adult fan of Lego groups, right? But let's see. How do I want to do this? So if that lowers, this little girl shows up and she's wearing a brownie outfit, or her brownie uniform. And we're like, oh my God, she's adorable. And this is her second meeting. Her parents don't do anything. Like, she shows up with it. And I kind of want to be like, all right, just a reminder, this isn't a kids group. The kids are welcome, but it's for adults, right? If you want to get involved, that's great. It's not really for kids. There's not a lot of kids here, but parents have kids and they bring them and whatever. But I want to encourage people to remember that this is an adult group, because most schools and libraries and the Lego stores all do stuff for kids, because it's a child's toy at the very heart of it, right? It's playtime for kids. And the adult thing kind of just grew out of that. So having lugs is just a way for adults to feel welcome in a space that's normally something for kids' birthday parties, right? I really got off on a tangent, but she comes in with her brownie uniform on, shows off her mock. It's really adorable. Oh, I just realized that these are way conflicting. These are going to have to be raised up a bit. Yeah, those conflict pretty bad. Why did nobody tell me this? I mean, look at that. That's pretty horrendous. So she gets done showing off her mock, which is mostly Disney princesses, the Friends Disney princesses at a little water park. It's really cute. And So everyone's like, yeah, good job. And they all clap. And you were busy. Sorry. Yeah, I blame you, Vab. 100%. She gets done. And I'm like, all right. Thank you for being here. That's wonderful. My next question is, did you bring any Girl Scout cookies? And everyone laughs, kind of like, ah, ha, ha. And her face lights up and she goes, yes, I did. And she goes into her bag and she pulls out a bunch of boxes of Girl Scout cookies and everybody goes wild. And then she has like an order form because she only could bring like 3 or 4 boxes in her bag. But then she has an order form to order online, and it was great. And another fellow lug member was like, "This is like showing up to like a college dorm at 2 a.m. with Girl Scout cookies." I'm like, "Yep." Like she knows what she's doing. All right, so I want to get a little bitty landing gear back here somehow. Something that maybe could retract at this scale. I'm not really sure how to do this yet, but yeah, she totally played the lug. She's like, I know there's a bunch of, I see all you guys, you fat nerds, bunch of rotund middle-aged men. Of course you're gonna buy Girl Scout cookies. We also had kind of a first. This was a young person, and the dad was a little dad or grandparent. The young person, Sarah, they were very young. Maybe, well, not very young, maybe 13, 12 is kind of hard to gauge. Maybe a little older, maybe 14. Anyway, they had like a half-built idea, right? And they wanted some help, and so they brought it and were like, I've built a bunch of different Lego models of dragons, and now I want to build my own, but I'm having problems making it really big because I don't like every time I make the joints, it's too heavy and the joints fall apart. And so everyone starts chiming in with, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And there was a lot of like, well, I don't even know where to get pieces. Well, here's where you go to get pieces. And suggestions on going to Rebrickable and looking up dragons. And if it's one you like, you can get the directions for that and then kind of adapt it to be your own and that kind of stuff. So I hope they get help. I think it was really great for them to kind of, they showed up and they were just sitting there with their parents, maybe grandparents. Dude was like, the dad was, it may have been adopted, I don't know. The dad was 10 years older than I am, and my kids are in their 20s, and I didn't have kids like super early. So anyway, I think it was great that they showed up and they were just sitting there, and someone asked me, like I was going around taking pictures of the mocks and handing out voting tiles and everything, and they stopped me and they're like, the dad stopped me and goes, my child, and I'm sorry I roll my eyes because the dude is like, seriously, like almost 70, maybe 70. And this little human was probably in their teens. I'm like, okay. They have a mock, and I'm using they because there were certain physical attributes that made me think that they may be transitioning. So I don't know for sure. So it's a they. If they wanted to be identified as she, the name is Sarah. They didn't say, so I'm trying to be respectful. They said that they had something, but they didn't know if they could bring it in. And I was like, well, what is it? And they're like, well, it's like a half-built, I have a dragon mock. And I'm like, yeah, go out and get it. So they brought it in and asked questions. This is really great. And we had a few other like return visitors that I haven't seen in a while, but they came back and showed off their newest models. So I was really happy with the whole process. I think this is where some hands get used. Yeah, it was a great meeting. We had the most people we've ever had at a meeting. We had 46 people. We didn't have a ton of mocks comparatively, I think, because we had a lot of new people who didn't realize that that's kind of what they could do. Which was also great. We had a lot of people. This one guy, he's somebody came in and they're like, I've come in. Oh, that doesn't Shit. Dang it. I'm always surprised how not well hands fit on things that clips fit on. Oh well. Zisoo, how are you? I don't want to use a big fat clip plate, so I think I'll do... Oh, I could use a claw. That would be cool. How far does that rotate? What is keeping this from being all the way down on the build floor? Is it that claw? Maybe? Yeah, we had a modest amount of MOCs. That might get in the way of the wings when it comes up. It's also thinking of this. See, what I want is something that rotates, not rotates like lengthwise instead of laterally. I'm going to run into what to attach it to here. All right, so I'm going to be thinking about this for a second. While I continue to talk about our great lug. Yeah, so lots of great MOCs. Oh, you know what? I'll just handlebar. Where's one of those handlebars? Yes. And then that can just roll up. I like it. That should be plenty stable now, yeah? And then when you want, you can raise this up. And this guy just rotates up. Sweet. Oh, that's cool. I like it. Save. Let's see. Yeah, let me show you this dude's house. I want to show you the dude's house because this kid is going to be, he's going to be big in the Lego world. He's going to be big. Like I'm a little upset at how really good this design is. And I don't think it was that it's like a really creative design. It's just very well thought out, very well executed. And there's just no words. Let me see if I can. No, I moved him over to Google Drive. I need to go through and name all these for people. All right, so here's the house, right? So that gives you an idea of the scale. Here's, you know, you can kind of scale it. There's a laptop. Here's one of those IKEA boxes. What's up, Matt? How's it going? Yeah, this house was crazy. I meant to talk to you yesterday. Did you bring a lady friend with you yesterday? Was that girlfriend, wife, fiance, something? They looked completely like not wanting to be there. I hope you bought them lunch or something beforehand because they did not look happy to be there. I saw you kind of talking to them a little bit like, okay, this is this thing and this is this thing. And I'm like, I can tell I've seen that look because Beth has that look. When I bring her to certain Lego things, which she doesn't go too often, she's like, fiance, cool. Yeah. She was a trooper. That's for sure. So here's the second floor and people's hands are in the way. I had Michaela taking some pictures. because as soon as they pulled off the roof, the entire room went like this around it, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay out of this. It is definitely not her scene. Oh, I know the look. Um, so I'm gonna try to zoom in on some of this because it's just you could spend all day looking at this. Like the bathroom, there's a storage closet here, or utility closet. There's like somebody's office or game room or something. There's the living room, and I made a joke that I recognized this living room because when we were in the pandemic, they would have a webcam on one room, and it was just the whole room was covered in the dad said they're the dad builds too, so it's dad and two kids, and they all three build, and it's always covered in Lego, right? There's boxes of it everywhere and everything. So I'm like, I recognize that room. But just like the use of tile here to keep the floors separated, oh man, it's so great. Let's see, which way do I go to get more images? So that's a better image. You can see the bathroom and some of the part usage there. Looks like another storage area there. This is the upstairs, the double doors there, and just I love the way they made the corners of the rooms, right, with these cheese wedges, and I don't even know how they're attached. Didn't even ask. I'm guessing probably just on brick like this. They just brick built it and put jumper plates underneath it. Yeah, just really, really cool. And the leaving one dot in here for somebody to stand on the bath mat, you know, that kind of attention to detail. That's somebody's bedroom, I don't know, or office, bedroom, office. So it looks like somebody fell down in their chair. So this was really good. The dude's name, I'm going to go ahead and say what his name is. His name's Aiden Riley. And just keep an eye out for stuff done by this kid. His dad was talking to me about he's going to study basically like toy design. He's trying to get into programs that encourage like computer drafting and like architecture stuff. Yeah, the garage doors, they were actual garage doors that you lift up and they would stay there, and then if you hit them again, they'd fall down. Yeah, and here's the garage, and it's got, you know, Halloween decorations are still haven't been put away, and, you know, just it's so good. And it's not like anything magic. They're just round brick on like, you know, tiles. Just tiles. That's all it is. It's nothing magic, you know. It's really good. The couch into a sleeper, yeah. This is just amazingly well done. And he said it took him about, he'd been designing it or building it up and getting the parts for it for like a while, maybe a year. I forget the timeline. But then they finally got all the parts together, and he and his brother, and I think they had one other person helping, they built it in about a week. So this all took about a week to build once they got it all done. Because he said he started designing it in LDD and then moved to Studio. So a lot of it was done digitally, which encourages, again, people to use LDD or Studio for stuff. They won't hire you without some sort of degree in engineering or toy design or other design field. Like I applied. I've applied several times, but it's I'm sorry you don't, you know, I'm also 50 years old, so they're not going to hire a 50-year-old guy. But yeah, so I'll go through the rest of these mocks real quick. So this is James. He's on chats every once in a while. He's building this giant for our Mars base thing. He's building a big Martian monolith. He and his wife do a lot of bargain shopping for Lego. So anytime there's any kind of deal, they try to get as much of it as they can and then part it out or sell it or whatever. So he has a lot of these. When there was a glut of gold parts, and I forget where it was, the pearl gold, he got a ton of them. So he's building this giant 5-sided monolith to stick in the Mars base and have like scientists look at it and stuff. So that's going to be his thing. Let's see what else we got. This is another extension to the Mars base. This is unfortunate because the guy who built it is moving out of our lug. And he's moving to an area that says it has a lug, but it's inactive or there's not anybody involved. So the way it connects is on the back side of this. There's the porthole for the tubes to connect to, so it can connect to the rest of the base. But again, it's you take it apart and there's stuff inside. It's a vehicle assembly place, and it's got these solar panels are all tied together. So if one moves, they all move. And then he's going to work on it so that it'll also have a an optic light sensor, a photo sensor that it'll move towards the source of the greatest light wherever it is. So I don't know how it's going to do it in like a diffused light area, but like if you were to have like a flashlight shine on it, it would follow the flashlight. And then the top radar dish is also motorized, and it's all motorized within this top thin layer here. So I mean, everything's probably sitting in this kind of area right here, but there's a lot of motorized stuff and lit up stuff at the meeting this time, and it's getting to the point where if you don't light and power and motion your builds, it's almost not even considered a build anymore. So this is Missy's mom's very clever use of the air tanks here to make aliens. They're robots that need fish oil for their stuff, so they're fishing. Yeah, so that's what it was. The old he got dishes, he got those home plate tiles, he got fence posts, he got chains, like he got a ton of stuff. Yeah, he and his wife do stuff with Lego, like commerce wise, that I'm like, if I had the time and discipline, I would love to be able to do that, but that's just not where my brain goes, you know. That's Frankie's. I think next is Missy's. This is really great. Don't chase the squirrels. And that's that's not a very good picture. Josh did a Five Nights at Freddy's. This is Tim's remote control car. He tried to make a remote control car as small as possible. So this almost the entire body is made of the sensors, the motors, the battery, and he just kind of wrapped as little around it as he could. I'm having Mongolian tonight. Okay. Awesome. This is Attilano and his refrigerator. There's Lori. I got the back side of her house. The front side has a whole street and stuff on it. I think I got a better picture. It's Justin and his steamroller. This is Lasso and his catapusses. The joke I wanted to make, but there were children in the room, was there maybe pusses? Cat and octopus, puss. I think he maybe wanted me to put this on he didn't give me a plate to put it on, but there was like a bag of other spacemen, and anyway. There's mine. This is Austin's. This is one of those IKEA things, and he also had a ship with it. I don't know if I got the ship. This guy's name is Antonio. He really likes doing these car models. And this is Will's. And this is all Justin stuff. Justin brings a lot of small builds. Usually he does like a build a day. If you find him he's a RLFM. That's also a member of our group. He's in Austin. He's a great guy. We go out. He and me and Will go out to lunch and stuff. But he's super friendly. And he also motorized the turntable on this DJ stand, and also this Christmas ornament over here pops up and down with their little elf inside. So he always has like a ton of like little characters and stuff. The tree's name is Carol, which I found was hilarious. This is one of our younger guys named Henry. He builds a lot of classic space stuff, and this is really clever. And he's building a lot of these to kind of fit together into one larger thing. Again, there's the house. And this is the front side of Lori's bring back the goat. We want goats. I didn't notice that. I was kind of just taking pictures. front side of her house. Now, this was another really, really awesome build. So this lady built Degrassi High School, and I really wish I would have got more pictures of it. I need to ask her if she can take more pictures of it. But if you're not a fan of Degrassi, it's a there's several series. There's Degrassi, Degrassi Junior High, Degrassi The Next Generation, Degrassi. I think there's one more. I make the joke that that's Degrassi Voyager, Degrassi Deep Space Nine, because they have Degrassi Next Generation. But this all opens up. You can take the top off, and each top is a room, like a school room, and then the whole front bottom opens up like this, and there's lockers. And all the characters have different lockers, and all the lockers have stuff in them that relate to that character. And some of it's a little like stuff that Lego wouldn't do. Like there's there may be drugs, or there may be, you know, condoms, or, you know, whatever. They had to do with something in the show, which was a very kind of progressive show. It talked a lot about very kind of envelope pushing things for teenagers. This was a really great build, and this photo does not do it justice. Very creative. I think going back, you could probably, you know, she built with what she had, obviously. But if you go back and replace all the yellow bricks here with like, you know, gray or brown or whatever the building looks like, she was just making it work, and it was great. Like her description and everything was awesome, and it was very modular. And I was like, hey, you should put that up on Ideas or something. She's like, no, why would I do that? Like Legos, we had the discussion that Lego tends to dumb things down from Ideas. So it's like Ideas gets this great model, and then what we get is like the kazoo playing Jurassic Park theme version of that model. And she's like, why would I want that to... She's like, they're not going to put a pot plant, or they're not going to put pot in one of the lockers. I was like, that's true. I was like, we'll put it up on Rebrickable and have the instructions. She's like, no, I don't want to make instructions. I don't have a digital thing. She was like, no, this is it. It's done. I'm like, wow, I can respect that, man. Just build the thing and then it's done. So there's another cute little kind of princess French Quarter looking thing. It's very cute. I love the flag right there. This was another really great one. I love the texture of the walls. And I don't know if that was done out of necessity or by design, but it's really good. I think, okay, that's the wash. I heard something running. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the floor robot. And this is only this person's like third visit and the second mock they brought. So this was really great. They did a really good job. I mean, little details like the stand holding the book open, and, you know, little mushroom in the background, little vines creeping around. It's just good stuff. The quality of the bookshelf here, amazing. And yeah, this didn't indicate how many people were there. There was another group of people kind of in the corner, some people behind me here. So there's a lot of people. And this is the Girl Scout. This is the thing she brought, the little water park. So yeah, so that was the meeting. It was really great. I know I got sidetracked, but I wanted to share some of the models from the group. All right, so I like where we went with this. This fixed a lot of things, but now I need to fix the instructions. So given that we took off a big section under here, this should be at the end. So I'm going to group this together. And this should group together at the end, so we should have no problem putting that there. The rest of these are submodels. Now we're going to have to go back to the beginning and figure out where all these brackets go. So let's drag all this stuff, because I know it's all going to be up in here. Let's drag it up into this step that's empty and just deal with it. Let's expand all our steps. Can see there's going to be some empty steps in here. Get rid of those. Should be good. All right. So let's do a step view, and we can see how we've shaken out. So this still works as a first step. Just lay these two on the ground. This no longer works. So we're going to have to figure that out. That doesn't work on its own. So let's do these in a later step. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to have to be a group. I'm going to group these together and put this in as an earlier step. Where's the other one there? I'll just group that. Okay, cool. So let's see what's coming up. International Lego Day is coming up next weekend. And friend of the channel, Johnny Belds, will be attempting a world record assembly of the Millennium Falcon, UCS Millennium Falcon. So make sure to go over to his channel, Johnny Builds. No H, right? No H, Johnny. Jonny Builds with a Z. That may be wrong. Maybe it's Johnny with an H. We can look. I think it is without an H. Yep. So I'll put this in the chat. It's already in his description. Trying for a world record. So he doesn't have it posted yet. But if you haven't subscribed to his channel, do that. That'll be on the 27th, I think at like 10 a.m. Eastern. So keep an eye out for that. And then we're doing International Lego Day. Our library is doing it not on International Lego Day. We're doing it February 11th. So it'll be different. All right, so if I go back, we got that step. Oh no, I needed more than that. I needed that plate as part of it. So this is so infuriating. That needs to be grouped together. Okay. All right, good boy. So that. And the reason I need to do it that way is so these two things underneath are held up too. I'm a little worried that they won't have anything. Oh, now that I think about it, let's look at the very end. These wings don't have all right, well, yeah, now I'm not happy with it suddenly. I don't mind a large minifig scale Metal Gear Rex. Okay. Greg, I feel like we're having different conversations. Like, either I'm really delayed or there's been some interesting side conversations you've been having. Metal Gear Rex. I don't even know what that is. Metal Gear. Like, I know a lot of people talk about it, but I think that's one of the things I just missed out on. Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid. What's a Metal Gear Rex? Okay, it's just a big mech gun platform. Nice. I don't know how old Metal Gear is, but I'm gonna say like it. This feels like a oh, what are those called in Macross? They're just legs with missile tubes on them, usually, or with they're legs with like giant 60mm cannons or something. It feels like most stuff stems from that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a large minifig scale one of that either. That'd be cool. You should get on that. Do some designing. So let's see, if I move this out to here, does that impact anything? If I put a plate here, what does that look like? That's not bad. It'll give it more stability when it opens up. I really don't like this. I do like the 5-plate idea, but then I've got this stupid thing hanging out here. So if I moved this and put 5 plates in here, because a 1x5 plate would be a lot of fun. What do we do to replace that connection for this guy? So let's break this guy down. I need him to attach under here. Oh, now I forgot where it attached. So 2x4 plate, it attached right here, right? It attached there. Okay. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, does it? With that extra plate in there? Use a 1x2 clip in a second one round. A 1x2 clip. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking I might leave it. Why is this? Is this only come in that color? Oh, it is. Okay. I kind of want to make other things black if there's this black in here. Like I want to make that black. Maybe this in here. I think the 1x5s can be black. Just give it a little more. A little more oomph. That doesn't look too bad, right? What was I going for here? Let's lower this ramp. Does it not? Oh, now I have to lower that. Except now, whoa, what the heck? Yeah. So this should go away. This should go away. The whole reason I was going to move it here is to secure that. And then this would be clip, Um, there we go. Equally as good, yeah? And then I could still do the boat bottom on the back here to hold this guy in place. Yeah, I like that. All right, much better. Save. 7 votes, build a set. Okay, well, let's wrap this up. And we can build a set. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, well, we'll do this in black. That's fine. One by 2 round. It does come in dark gray. The clip doesn't. That clip plate doesn't, but 1 by 2 round. I got a ton of these in dark gray. Yeah, that's fine. I thought I saw that too, and I'm like, oh, maybe not. In fact, most of my round, they're either dark gray or dark tan. That's the majority of the ones that I've got. All right. So instruction wise, let's do, okay, so we got step 1. Now step 2 is going to be, where's my 1 by 5s? We're going to move these up to step 1. Because these are going to be in the same plane. So like when you're putting it together, which means step 2 needs to attach, I almost want to, yeah. So you can't pick it up when you're doing stuff like that. So we need to reorganize. So this guy may need to come in. Let's do a new step here. And put this guy here. Boom, boom. Nope. Want that first. Boom, boom. Then boom. And then I can attach it. Okay. So this will be its own step. Those two will be its own step. Which means these other plate, and then another one will be these 2 top brackets. Will be that one. Okay, so that, those 2. Okay, we're doing good so far. That's a whole lot. Is that all right? All that, okay. Those are still okay. That's still okay. That's still okay. That's still okay. There's no step there. There's no step there. There's no step there. But we're going to probably redo a lot of these. So it's cold here. But by cold here, I mean it's 40 degrees. Which is cold for Austin. We got down into the teens last week and the whole city freaked out. And Um, but I know that Brett is probably cold in the UK right now. Winters tend to be wintry in the UK. I know Vab's in Pennsylvania, and I think you guys are going through it. Greg and Misty are in Texas, so I mean, cold. It's supposed to warm up again tomorrow, and then I think it's supposed to get really cold again later this week. Plus, we're going to get rain. It's going to be terrible. I'm going to love it because I like cold weather, but everybody around me is going to be miserable. So in your world, what are your plans for like combating the weather? So this is all now needs to be part of this group. Minifig, minifig, minifig. Oh yeah, this is all. So let's put all these here. All these here, and then we've got new pieces at the end. This and this. I need to go up here. And then this is all a thing. Yeah, has it started raining yet? I know it's supposed to rain today, but I didn't see if it had started yet. All right, good, good, good. Get rid of that. Next step is the tail. Good. Next step are the wings. I think the wings are going to be done last because this whole this thing needs to be its own group. Dang it. Group. So that, then the back quarter, then this step. So that, then the wings. Okay, good. Done. Yeah, I haven't even gone outside yet this morning, other than let the dogs out early. All right, so that's good. I don't think it requires. I might re-render it, but I'd have to get another muad'dib figure in here, and I think with the changes have all been mostly underside and internal, so I don't think another render is going to be needed. But I will redo the instructions. Alcohol, drinking it, cooking with it does wonders for the cold. Not a drinker. I probably put hot sauce on stuff. I know we have friends coming over later to watch more Doctor Who. But I just don't know if they wanted to do afternoon or evening. And I'm going to text them right now. We usually try to watch 4 episodes, so it's like we'll probably do it around like dinner time. So for lunch, I don't know, I may just, we'll see. But yeah, hot sauce. Cliff, what's up? Missy's still laying in bed. Yeah, it's dark and dreary out. And Macro, what's up, Macro? Didn't see you slip in here. Yeah, so we're redoing. I've been feeling better. I just stuffy because of allergies. We've been redoing this model because I got told, and you can see, I'm going to show you guys since you just popped in, someone built this and sent me pictures of it. And there's no way for this front section to go together. Right. And it falls apart, or it doesn't have any way to be held up on the back end. But this is what it looks like in real life. If you really want this, and you'll get an actual Paul muad'dib figure. I would almost rather kit bash one because you can make a Chris knife with it. So this is really great that they were able to do this. So what I did today was I came in and I shored it all up and I gave it a better landing gear in the back, sort of like a rear facing, the kind of docking ramp kind of thing that folds up in the back. It's not exactly as long, right? But it gets the job done. And then so we just did all the steps, redid all the steps. So now if we go into the instructions, let's go ahead and save this. So now if we go into the instructions, we should be able to step through this without seeing any floating pieces, but we'll have to go through and give all these their steps. That's not what I wanted. That, and then that. Oh, that works. Okay. Yeah, that works fine. No, instructions. That. Good. These haven't changed probably. Those are the same. That's the same. This is going to need to be new because it should all be now new pieces, ungrouped and grouped. So there we go. That shouldn't have changed. That's new. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear in the background, but I've got one of those Samsung washer dryers that like sing. What is it? Not Schumacher. Chopin. Not Chopin. It starts with an SH. Anyway, it does that tune. All right, cool. Nope. And then that, and then that. And those haven't changed. All right. So back to page design. And again, I have to put freaking this all over it because too much stuff has been taken and put on Alibaba for my liking. And by too much, I mean, I think two. My Q2 Stadium, and then I think I saw a really random Microfighter, like it was from the Freemaker Adventures, their ship, the Star Scavenger, randomly shows up on like one of those we stole this kind of site. So yeah, you can see the render here doesn't necessarily reflect, well, two things. It doesn't necessarily reflect the color, like for whatever reason that color's wrong, it should be black. But you can't see the changes underneath or the changes really inside the canopy. So I'm okay with not having to re-render it. So, but we'll go through and we'll reorganize this. I think this is worthy of I don't know, this may be a call out. Let's see if we can do a call out here. We can get this centered. And make this smaller. That's probably fine. This is the part of the process that drives me nuts. The centering of everything on the page. Like whatever Lego or whatever studio is doing at this point is not. I wish it would change. Like I wish the centering of the model would be better. I feel like they're trying to center around the newest piece that's been placed, but in so many cases it's like way off in the corner and it's useless. Convert to call out because I don't need. Don't need that second one. And again, This looks better if you put the 2 in here. Don't know why they don't do that. That needs to be a call out. This still has the flip, so that's good. Now, here's the question. I've just turned it upside down a little bit, the angle. I haven't completely flipped it over. So, why is this showing up here? Is this new? Like, this is part of the stuff that's not going to be in here, but it's going to be in here later? Oh, I don't know if I like that at all. That could get really distracting. I don't know if I like seeing like the ghost of sub models to come or something or whatever this is. So my question is, just because it's just flipped, it's because it's the underside without completely flipping it over. Does that require one of these image flip things in here? Do you think? So this is my new poll. If I'm not flipping it completely over, do I need a flip thing? So yeah, changing the view at all requires that symbol, you think? Because going from here to here might disorient people. So I'm not completely turning it over, right? I think a lot of, and I don't know, I need to go through my Lego instructions to see if they ever do that, where they're like, just like on the underside of this, put this thing, but they never do because they're always building from the ground up and the undersides are always flat. So it really doesn't matter. 2 votes for the twist symbol. Fair enough. This is going to be its own build, I think. But I want this to be that. I want this to be that. Okay. So that. And then this will be custom. So Macro, where you how's your weather? I know we're a little chilly right now. Are you guys socked in up in the Great White up there? And then Cliff is southern too, so I don't know if you guys are getting any nasty weather or whatever. So I realized that I was talking to somebody the other day, and oh, I got a blank step in here. Uh-oh, I don't like that. I have to go back and fix that. I don't like the fact that the snowstorms of my child, I'll never see a snowstorm like that again. The snowstorms of my childhood in the late 70s, early 80s, never going to see anything like that again. I don't know that I'll ever move back to Colorado. If I don't move back to Colorado, I'll probably not see that level of snow again. So what I do, and this is a small like confession, an intimate look at my brain, is that sometimes I'm laying in bed and I will just, I don't see any empty steps here. It must have been in the page and it's just empty page. Okay. Sometimes I'll wake up and it'll be Saturday morning and it's like 7:30 or 8 or something like that. Cause I'm old and I get up early. Sometimes I get up at 6:30. I'm like, well, I'm up, time to go get breakfast. And I'll just lay in bed and I'll pretend like I just envision that the outside is just, because I can't see outside, I just see the diffuse light from the clouded sky, that it's very cold and snowy outside. And like we've got socked in and it's going to be, it's going to be a snow day and, my job's going to cancel work for whatever reason. I'm just like, this is great. I'm going to wake up and have cocoa with rum in it or something, it's just, and then that fantasy goes away and I have to wake up and get out of bed and go outside and it's 60 degrees in the middle of January. So But that's, you know, that's one of those sad things where I'm like, well, I probably am not going to see one of those cataclysmic snowstorms anymore unless I move out of Austin. And even then, like the way the weather is anymore, climate, and thus changed climate. I guess this is just a blank page. Probably not going to see vicious snowstorms like that really anymore, or lengthening snowstorms. I feel like we'll get like really bad snowstorms and then it gets really hot, and then really bad snowstorms and it gets really hot. None of these where it's like you get a blizzard, you get 6-foot drifts, and then it just sits there for a month, you know. I kind of miss it, not gonna lie. All right, so that works. So this, I twisted this model again. Do I need to put another one of these in it? Because I've turned it around from the last time we saw it, which was here. So I guess we need to put that there. This could be a... No, that's going to be its own thing. That's fine. And then another one, so they can see... Let's see if... So another one... You know what? Let's do this one that way too, so I don't have to do a second one. Plus, you're able to see the joint it attaches to, and it's under that shield tile up here. So that makes more sense for it too, but I don't want this flipped. So do that so you can see what you're building. Attach that. Okay. And then that's good. So this, I don't need that second one. Okay. This needs to be a call out. Call out. Except it's really big. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. This song, what is this song? This is not... Don't like that discordant clarinet in there. There should be a size slider, I thought. Step number, no. Background. Call out layout. Style. Step number. Line separator. Thickness. Padding. Spacing. I ran into this last time and I'm trying to remember how. Because this you can make smaller. For whatever reason. This doesn't need to be this big. Oh, there we go. Maybe a little bigger than that. Maybe like 60%. Also, this whole thing is going to be that and that. Nope. And this. Oh, I'm going to leave that. Because I need to delete 8 arrows. So when you make a subgroup like this, and then it makes this arrow from its call out, it wants to point to where that thing's going, but I don't want to have 8 arrows pointing to each one. You get the idea. They're all outlined in red. Here's one of them, you know. And then the 8 goes up in here. Actually, the 8, I think, would go right here. Yeah, I might go get more coffee here in a second, too. So I think that's it. There's no more steps. So again, at the end, insert page after, insert bill of materials. And I thought I had already, I'm going to scale this down so it gets all the parts on one page. And then I don't need the second page. Delete page. So make it a little smaller. And then I'm going to put some script in here. Text. That says Paul muad'dib minifig is kit bashed for this model, but you can get the actual figure from the official set. The Chris, forget how to spell Chris knife. 2 S's. Chris knife. Oh, CRYS. Okay. Is a brown lightsaber and a white barb. So let's make this a little bigger text-wise. 24. Cool. All right, so that's done. So let's export this. Now I'm okay with not having copyright stuff on this specific image because it's part of the instructions. But on the render for Rebrickable, I'll go back and put a couple things on here. But for now, this is good. So I want to export instructions, replace. Now, I didn't change too many pieces on here. Remove some snot bricks in favor of some brackets. And replace like the 2x4 and 1x2 plate with a couple 1x5s. Those are going to be kind of harder to get. You know, you still have to order stuff. Added a new landing gear in the back, which replaced those 2 slope pieces. And I think that was it. So hopefully I will, I don't think I've uploaded it yet. So, account mocks. No, it would have been one of these more recent ones. I think. Yeah, it would have been more recent than some of these. Some of these are old, Jack. Yeah, I don't like some of these. The render software was even old. Look how old that was. Look at how gross that render is. Oof. Ooh. Yikes. I need to go back and redo this. This isn't even mine. This design was done by Bartolomé H. Originally found on Flickr. But it's a really good one. It's probably a little big for that, but I think you should come by our Sunday night show as a guest sometime if you're interested. I would love to, Cliff. Thank you. Maybe not tonight, but yeah, let me know. Let me see what my calendar looks like. We're having friends over tonight, so I probably can't do it tonight. What's today? So the 28th? Don't have anything going on. Yeah, if you wanted, let me know. Let me know what would be what would be good for you guys. Yeah, sounds good. What time do you guys normally do Sunday night stuff? So let's see. Can I send them a file? I can't. All right. Well, while we're doing it, I'll go ahead and see about putting, get rid of that. Don't need that right away. Don't need this anymore. Don't need that. I still need to find a library to meet in for our April meeting. I thought I could get to it early, but it's like it's already booked. I wanted to do the Yarborough branch. Was it Yarborough? They're closed on Sundays. Spicewood Springs branch. More upcoming events. See, I keep trying to do this, but every time they're like, yeah, book 90 days ahead, and I book the day it is 90 days ahead, and it's already booked up. And I'm like, that is impossible. How? And there's nothing going on. I'm going to email them today, later, after this. Doesn't matter. All right, so 8 p.m. Central, and we're only on for an hour. Oh, yeah, perfect. I mean, if you wanted to go longer, that's fine. 8 p.m. sounds great. All I have to do is throw the watermark on this. So I'm going to open this. And this was made originally, like, when was this? When would I originally do this? Studio files, Ornithopter. Show more options. I hate this new Windows 11. You right click and it's like it's got these useless things, and you have to go into show more options to get like the rest of the menu. I hate when they do that. It's fine. Created November 4th, 2021. So this is, wow, really? I've had it that long? No. Really? I don't believe that for a second. Excuse me while I figure something else out. Your channel, search Ornithopter. 2 years ago. Wow, yeah. Look at how much hair I had, and it wasn't my blonde tips. Yeah, this was a couple days ago, 2 years ago. Goodness gracious. All right. Well, I guess it was. So I can put, see, that's the thing. Now I have to change this. It's just easier to write new ones. So get rid of that. Open my drive, Lego, Microfighters, images, Ornithopter, and then type, and then it's 0174. Oh wait, I've got to get it bigger than that. So I don't want rip snort. I want just Arial is fine. Arial. Let's make it 120. 0174. Nope. What's copyright? 0153. Nope. 0169. Yep. 2021. Ben Rollman. And we'll color this gray. And let's color it something a little lighter. See if that shows up a little. Nope, that's too much. Yeah, that's probably fine. So we'll do this. I have to have one for each year, apparently. New layer. Move. Cool. Save as, or no, I'll just export it. This will be Ornithopter. Watermark. Cliff, should I have anything prepped for when we hang out, or we just like hang out and build and chat? So now I'm gonna officially upload it to Rebrickable. Where did it go? Mock, submit a mock. Hopefully I don't run into a trademark. Mock, Microfighter, Ornithopter. Because sometimes I'll do this and it'll be, I'll put in Y-Wing and it's like, sorry, that's copyright. We can't do that. So I have to call it the BTL whatever fighter bomber. And I can get away with that. This is also going to be, I think this is it ideas? Or no, it's icons. So icons. I think that's what this literally is. Microfighter. I like MOCrofighter. I'm going to keep using that. Fighter. Interpretation of the 2024. No, it's not of the set. Of the Ornithopter. What is an ornithopter? It's a transport from the Denise Villeneuve. I forgot how to say his name. Hey, I got it pretty good. I got the E and the U wrong. From the Dennis Villeneuve version of Dune. Figure in this render is a kit bash. muad'dib with a Chris knife. Official figure will come with the official set. Cool. Where's my text? So I usually try to put stuff at the end that says, if you like blah, 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 blah. Because I can't really, I don't like asking for money off Rebrickable for 50 part pieces or sets. It's like $1. I'm also going to probably take a lot of these down at some point and set up my own site, just because they keep getting taken off of here and turned into, and I have to go back and put watermarks on every single one of these 70 some listings. Upload from file, which will be designs. No, Lego, Microfighters, my designs by date, because I just did it. Cool. Next step. So here's your, if you've never uploaded to Rebrickable, this is how you go through it. So you give it a name, you give it a theme, you give it an image. In most cases, it's a render for me. In very few cases, I will have built it before I get a render, in which case I'll use the photo. Which was the other thing that was weird about the Star Scavenger photo is that and it wasn't on AliExpress. It was like on Verado or whatever that other site is. And it's a PDF generated from Studio. Is that it was my photo. Like, it wasn't a render. Like, it was an actual photo. And I'm like, that's even my photograph. Like, you didn't even, anyway, like, they care. Like, they're like, oh, you know what? You're right. We stole the whole model, but you're right. We should have used your, we should have used a render instead. Oh, building instructions. Where did I put them? And then you have to say upload. Some of this is a little confusing. Like, I didn't really know what it was doing at first, because it's like select a file and then what? And then upload. You think you hit upload to, anyway. So that's there. That's added. It's a normal mock type. It's not an alternate build or modification. And this throws you right away, because it gives you an error that the inventory is empty, even though you've just now got to the inventory section. So you hit import delete, select a file, and then this is where you pick your studio file. And this is the Ornithopter. And then once you've selected that, you say append, and it should give you a list. And it won't give you a success or anything in here. You just know in the background, it looks like it's got it listed. It'll give you some warnings that it's were changed because of maybe part changes. Yeah, that's fine. Some of this is fine. So you can go through here and double check to make sure that it's all kind of right. And it's kind of sad how few pieces are actually involved. Like, I felt bad charging $1 for these sometimes. I was like, there's not anything going on here. So this is where, you know, and you can make changes to this. Like, the red outlines are like, these are rare pieces, or hard to get pieces. It'll also tell you, oh no, it's you don't have these in your inventory. And I don't know how it checks your inventory. You have to register your sets. And then it'll base that off your inventory so you know how much you can build with, which is kind of weird. And that's it. And you should be able to submit for approval. And I've submitted a lot. And so it kind of auto approves because I've had an account forever. And if there's nothing obvious in whatever, in the way of like copyright, like it's not named something, or if everything's in line in terms of uploading everything and you've been doing it a while, it should just kind of auto approve. It's very rare that I don't get one auto approved. What's up, Walter? How you doing? Yeah, some are hard to find. Speaking of, so that's done. So now I can go, okay, here you go. Let's send it back to this dude. Cool. All right, so that's done. So if you want the Ornithopter Microfighter, you can. I'll link it here. There you go. Just in time to get all the parts for 10 days from now, 11 days from now. I'll probably be sourcing as many of these as I can and then ordering these blades. I don't have these blades in that color, but I think I have most of these other pieces. So, and then when I get the set, because I'll be in line to get the set day one, and then I'll do, so that'll be Thursday, which will be great because I'll be able to that day, that night, come home and do the set, and then be like, look, a little microfighter to go with it. Isn't that great? All right, so that's done. That took the 2 hours. I think I stretched it a little bit, so we'll do a set next time. I don't need that. What else was I going to look up? I was going to do something else, and now I forgot. Yeah, so if I'm going through all these parts, oh, yeah, I was going to show you guys. I've narrowed down my want list for what I need. For all my Horizon machines, and I need to go through and figure out which pieces I have, because I've got a huge sorting list of parts to get through. Or I've got it, yeah. So I've got all this. I've got this list, and a lot of these pieces I didn't have. So I'm going through one of my 2 giant tubs of parts, and see if I've got any of these. But at some point, I may need just to order it and be like, I have to get this done. And as of now, speaking of, they're all in different countries. If I just did auto select, and I just picked USA, but if I picked anywhere, I wonder what kind of savings I would get. So let's see what this would come to, just these pieces. And I've taken some out because I found them in my sort pile. Not a lot, but this is actually more than it was before I removed some of those pieces. And what I want to do, so this is just to get the minimum. This is dumb. I hate this. So let's create some carts. And we'll go into our carts. One store needs your extension. Expand. Yeah. So if I view this cart and I only need, and these are, there's got to be a better way to find these somewhere else. And I don't even remember what I need those for, but like, surely I've got these somewhere, right? So that's why I'm going through this pile to see if I've actually got some of these pieces. But what I also will want to do is, let's say, and this is kind of general Bricklink hygiene, if you will. These are pretty useful parts, so maybe I want more than 14 of them, but they're 80 cents a part. Got to be a better way to find a piece there. These I probably won't need a ton of. These I won't need a ton of. These I won't need a ton of. Won't need a ton of these. But what I'm also doing is going through and finding things that are like I probably will get a couple more of these, maybe more of these, more of these. So like I'll add 2 or 3. I'll get 4 of these instead of 2, or I'll get 6 of these instead of 2, kind of thing. That's the hard part when searching for the best cheap way to save money on the order. 100%. I completely agree. Not going to need more of these or these or these or these. Like none of these are I'm going to need a ton of. But like a sand blue tile for $24, I'm going to go back through my models and find out what I only need one. What model needed one sand blue tile to where I'm not paying $24 per part. I'm not going to pay $4 for or $32 for these little trans-light blue things. I will make some adjustments somewhere. Like any part that's over like 50 cents, I'm like, nope. This may be an exception because I know it's a piece that's kind of the only thing that I can use in that situation. It's going to be like some wiring around its neck, and I know that's the only thing that can be used. That's probably fine. These are needed, that kind of thing. But like, I'm not paying $24 per part. That's dumb. Brick Vibe. Yeah, these are all right. These look okay so far. I've ordered from Brick Vibe before. He actually has a shop that I had some stuff on before. Like 40 cents a piece. I don't know. I want to order a couple more of these, but it's like, well, and that's the thing. Like, I will probably come back and be like, I don't need it that much. And I'll go through the models and figure out why I needed that, and I'll change it, and then I'll redo the list, and you know, it's going to be a process. But at some point, I just have to order. I'm just going to have to order them. I know I'm going to find enough of these where I don't have to order them. I thought I had a bag of these where I don't have to order them. Yeah, anything below 20 cents is probably okay. But again, if they're close to being out of stock of something like this, I'll just bump this up to 10 because that's 7 out. I want 7, they have 10. I'm just going to buy 10. Same with this. They want 2, they have 10. I'm just going to buy 10. I probably will get 36, but so this all looks pretty good. This looks like a real good shop. They have most of the stuff that I need. And none of it's really overpriced. That's a little high, but that's a weird color. So yeah, this is my process for the next little bit, is going through all this. They had a lot. Let's see what this one is. The other hard part is going through. So I have a list, or I have a model. Let's save this. Designs. They had a master file. That's what it was. So these are all the ones needing to be built. Right. So what I can do is find out. Hopefully, none of these are in submodels yet, because I haven't actually made instructions. So none of these are grouped, really. There may be some where I grouped them to be easier to like put them in place. So I may have to go through and make sure, but I didn't see any. It's hard to go through and see all of them, but I wish you could sort by like submodel or something. Actually, if I do sub, yeah, okay, so I can go through and look at these submodels and break them apart if I need to. But what I can also do is go up here and look for my sand blue, light bluish gray. I think that's that one. Sand blue. I should be able to. Nope. Well, there you go. They're all sand blue now. That's scary. I thought I could sort color validator. Well, there's that. Unavailable color. Do I have a lot of other unavailable colors? Auto fix. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. What in here is this is really weird. Oh, that's a submodel. That's why. Brick round. Submodel. Unlock. These don't come in black? That's weird. I didn't think I wanted them in black. I thought I wanted them in yellow. I don't know why that changed. They're even yellow in the parts list, so I don't know why that's. Anyway, as the worst part is looking through your inventory, you make one order, the next day you'll. Oh yeah, So I've got a 20-gallon tote full of parts that I'm sifting through now. I've got another roughly 20-gallon box, but it's from my brother, and it's all his like sets that he's bought over the years that he doesn't want anymore, and so I bought them off him for quite a bit of money. And I have to go through all that. And then I've got a handful of sets that I need to take apart around here, and some old MOCs that I need to go through and take apart. And I know some of those sets and some of those boxes of sorted parts have the parts I need, but it's like, I was talking to another friend of mine who was like, is it worth the 15 minutes to go through it all or the 50 cents to get the part? And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, two things. First of all, it's not just 15 minutes. This is going to take me weeks to go through this all. And it's not just 50 cents. I may be saving $20 here or $50 there or something. So anyway, it's noon. I hear Beth just pulled up. I'm going to try to find these $24 parts and change their color. But thanks for hanging out with me, allowing me to fix that egregious error on that model. And I'll be back on Thursday, and then maybe not tonight, but maybe next week on Cliff's channel, Sunday night. So maybe a dual day stream for me. We'll see how that goes. Hi.
Hi.
How was your yoga?
It was great. I'm sweaty and gross. I need to take a shower.
Sweaty and gross. Need to take a shower. All right. Yeah. So I'll be back Thursday with something to do. I don't know what yet. Maybe figure out more of this stuff, or we'll just figure out a set to open. I'll put up a poll, see what people want to see, and we'll go from there. So have a safe weekend. Stay warm, stay dry, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.